hello, 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 oh, hello, 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 hello. Welcome into the kitchen, my love. Hello, 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 oh, hello, 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 hello. Welcome into the kitchen, my loves. Ooh, I love singing, y'all. It is truly, it's God speaking through me. You know what I'm saying? It is truly a gift from God to be able to just open your mouth and trust whatever's gonna come out is gonna sound good. But yeah, practice, obviously. I practice singing every single day in some kind of way. But anyways, today, y'all, we're in the kitchen today. I'm actually prepping for another shoot. If you see down here, I got all my ingredients. So today I'm making some quesadillas, a little lunch situation. I'm working with Follow Your Heart. They hired me to make 2 different videos with their American style cheese. So yesterday I came on here and we did a live stream and I made these crackers, which, oh my gosh, let me show you them actually. Oh, here they go. Now these ones are a little bit crispier than what how I made them, but you'll see the video. I have a whole video about it. So basically all you have to do is grab vegan cheese slices and then you cut them into little squares. Look at that. Oh man, they look so good. You just cut them into squares with a pizza cutter or a knife. The pizza cutter is more fun. And then I used a straw to poke a little hole in the middle to give it that iconic look. And I just baked these at 300 degrees for about 55 minutes. Depending on how brown and crispy you want, I will say with the plant-based vegan cheese, you have to cook it a little bit longer and let it sit so it gets nice and crunchy and crispy. So let's hear that crunch. Oh, good crunch. They're honestly better today than they were yesterday. Wow. And honestly, when I opened up this whole container, it was like I was hit with the cheesy smell. It's good. And I like it. It's gluten-free, right? It's plant-based, it's vegan. It's simple. So yeah, stay tuned for that recipe. But today, let's talk about tincture, baby. We're gonna be making a little tincture. This right here is from Gratitude Garden. Let me finish chewing. Hold up. My big water bottle. Oh, make sure it's closed. Try to drink at least 2 of these a day. And I will say, I'm pretty particular about my water. It needs to either be like a spring water or alkaline water. I love me some alkaline water. There's something about it that's just like crispy and delicious and just be hitting. So y'all, like I was saying, this is a tincture. A tincture is basically a combination of different kinds of medicinal ingredients that you can put into drops. You can use alcohol, not like, yes, drinking alcohol, but it's like a different kind of alcohol. It's more for like medical grade alcohol. And it's organic. The one that they use is, I want to say, yeah, so organic cane alcohol. So sometimes people make cane sugar out of cane, like sugar cane. You can actually make alcohol. So that's what this is. But if you are not consuming alcohol in any capacity, there's actually somebody at the retreat where I learned how to make this. And they don't consume any alcohol at period, and their partner is fully sober. And so, yeah, there's different ways to do it. You can use agave. Some people use honey. I'm vegan, so you know what I'm saying. I'm trying to think if there was any other. I want to say agave, honey, and then vinegar. Vinegar was the other option. So if you don't do alcohol, you can still make a tincture. Now, I got this from Gratitude Garden. Y'all gonna hear me talking about them. If you're wondering where I got that big box of mushrooms, where do I get all my delicious mushrooms? Gratitude Garden, they're amazing. They do retreats all throughout the year, fully plant-based. The feast, the food alone is worth it, but that's just like the first step. There's yoga, there's Pilates, there's volleyball, there's pickleball, and I'm not even talking about the lessons and how they teach you how to make a tincture. This right here, I made actually at Gratitude Garden a little over 6 weeks ago. Actually, it's probably been like 8 weeks. But all you have to do is put all the ingredients in here. In here we have some reishi mushroom, lion's mane, I believe some CBD, as well as some turmeric, black turmeric, as well as regular orange turmeric. That's also something that's really cool about Gratitude Garden is they have so many forms of turmeric and they're all extremely medicinal. So let me see what's in this one. This one has organic lion's mane. I know mine has that. Organic reishi. Oh, and it's all organic. All the mushrooms in here are fully organic, okay? We ain't using no extraness, you know what I'm saying? Organic lion's mane, organic reishi, turkey tail, organic how do I say that? Mataki, I think that's how you say it. Organic shiitake, distilled water, and then organic cane alcohol. So this one is to help boost your immunity. There's different tinctures for different things. So there's some that help with gut health. There's some that help to cleanse the liver. There's some that are better for helping you get in those antioxidants, boosting your immunity. And there's some that are better for brain cognitive function. Hey, we got plenty of I can't even say it. Brain cognitive function. There we go. I was trying to say brain cognitive, but that ain't it. That's a Freudian slip, okay? So, like I said, this has been sitting in this for over 6 weeks. And all she said was every day, just shake it. I didn't really shake it that much every day. I just did like a, and then just turned it around. And you keep it outside in a, not dark area, but like somewhere on your counter. And then what you do have to be a little careful, especially if it has turmeric in it. Trust me. Okay, I learned the hard way. And what you do is you just open this up. Okay. Oh my goodness, it's sitting in there. Fermenting. Ooh, she tight. Oh yeah, the turmeric is strong. You gotta wipe that turmeric off. Wow, it smells very potent. All right, you'll see this. Wow. All that. Wow. So that's all the mushrooms, the CBD, the reishi, all that goodness, y'all. The cordyceps, the adaptogens. Y'all be hearing all these fancy words. It means it's good for you. It means it's helping your body and your soul. So there we go. I'm gonna set these aside because there's a little thing here. Ooh, hello. Hello. All right, pretty simple, right? All we did was just move it into another container. And now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take our old container. Actually, I'm gonna take off our little tag here because we know what it is. And I'm going to get a tiny little funnel. Look at this cute little funnel. I think it's actually made for spices, but today we're gonna be using it for our tincture. I'm excited to get into this, y'all. I already made my own version of this, but this is actually Ace's because we each got our own. All right, let's pour it in. Mushroom tincture, heal my soul. Mushroom tincture makes me whole. Mushroom tincture, heal my soul. Mushroom tincture keeps me feeling whole. Ooh, I like that song. She kind of got some cute funkiness to her. Mushroom tincture keeps my body so, feeds my spirit and soul. Mushroom tincture, every part is whole. Yes, mushroom tincture. All right, that should be enough. I have a little extra over here. And typically what I do is we have our little dropper right here, and there it is. Y'all see how orange and fabulous it is? It's all that turmeric. Y'all know turmeric is good for you. Okay, don't play games. Y'all already know. All right, and now what I do typically every morning, every night, is I just grab myself about that much. Put it under your tongue. Your body will absorb all of the ingredients quicker if you put it under your tongue. I don't know if y'all knew that. It tastes good too. It's an acquired taste, but I think it tastes good. That's just me, I'm just saying though, okay? It's very turmeric-y. Ooh, let's see, I can actually watch myself on my iPad and see what y'all are saying. It's very like turmeric heavy, but if you like turmeric, even if you don't like turmeric, I suggest you start incorporating a tincture of any kind. You can get the ingredients at a different vendor. I would say, honestly, if you're looking for high quality organic mushrooms, the best thing you can do is go to a local farmer. I found this farmer just by going to my farmer's market. And yeah, they've been doing it for about 10 years. Gratitude Garden has been, man, they've been just selling amazing mushrooms to all these different restaurants. Michelin star level restaurants are utilizing their mushrooms. And I think once they started creating more and more mushrooms, they actually started making their own tinctures, tonics, and I believe they also have some like powdered mushroom products as well that you can add into like your smoothies or your soups or your coffee or whatever, just to make it a little bit easier for you to get in any like extra health benefits that you need. So yeah, y'all, that's it. Mushroom tincture, heal your spirit and your soul. Mushroom tincture keeps my body whole. Hey, hey, mushroom tincture, heal your body and your soul. Mushroom tincture, everybody's whole. So this is my first year I've ever incorporated tinctures like this, but I ain't mad about it, okay? So far, so great. All right, let me set aside some of our stuff. Gotta be really delicate with that turmeric. All right, so the other things we're gonna chit chat about today is, y'all, you know who it is? It's my best friend. It's my best friend. It's my best friend. And he matching me. And he matching me. Maybe he'll come to the camera. Maybe he'll come on the camera. We'll see, y'all. But we twinning today. You know what I'm saying? Twin. Oh, bye. Y'all remember that dance? This is like the easiest TikTok dance that ever came out. We twin with my wallet. I remember I did that with one of my smaller family members, and I was like, oh, this is what the kids are doing? Okay, cool. Babe, you have any words of advice, words of wisdom for our people?
For what?
Just in life.
Follow your highest excitement to the best of your ability with no insistence or assumption of what the outcome will be.
Louder for the people in the back. They need to hear it again, baby.
Follow your highest excitement to the best of your ability with no insistence on what the outcome should be.
You feel like you're doing that?
Every day.
Good. Y'all heard it here first. Follow your excitement. That's one of Ace's favorite mantras to live by. And it's true. It really does help. That's how I got here, right? That's how I started doing YouTube and I started doing everything that I'm doing, is because I chose to follow my purpose, follow my excitement, which are the same thing. Your purpose is your excitement. Are you excited about your purpose? Baby, get excited, because we alive and we thrive. And do y'all notice how sometimes I just be breaking out into Vogue dance? And you know what's crazy is like Ace is way better at doing the Vogue dancing than I am. Like he just knows, gotta. That's just like my go-to dance. It's just easy. You know what I'm saying? You just start flopping your hands around and see what happens. All right, so let's chit chat. Let me see real quick. Good morning, beautiful. Those cooked mushrooms in your videos always look delicious. Is going vegan gonna help you lose weight? Yes, to be honest, that's the main reason I went into it. It was initially, no, that's not a word, okay? Just so you children know. Initially, I went into going vegan for losing weight purposes. And then I awakened my mind. Yes, I did lose the weight. I lost like 30 pounds in a month. It was crazy work. I was like, oh, but it was good. It wasn't like, oh, I'm too skinny. It was like, no. And I was going to the gym too. I was like putting in my squats. I was running. I don't do the gym so much anymore. I'm more like a at-home Pilates girly at this point. A squats 100 squats a day, pull-ups kind of girl. But when I first did it, yeah, it was to lose weight. So I would say yes, but it depends on how you do it. Are you eating potato chips and vegan cheese every day, all day? Probably not gonna lose a lot of weight. Are you eating pasta every day? Are you eating like high fat, high carb every day? You ain't gonna lose weight quick. You wanna lose weight quickly? I'll show you right here. Fruit, fresh organic fruit. Celery juice, use the tinctures. Make yourself a little wheatgrass shot, a little ginger shot. Get yourself some fresh juice, fresh pressed juice or fresh fruit, especially since it's summertime. Give this summer, if you're challenging yourself to lose some weight or not, get to what makes sense for your body, your spirit, and your soul. Because my weight go up and down, y'all. I don't be looking at the number no more. Like, it go up and down. What I know is I'm nourished, right? So the key is whole food, plant-based. Eat the rainbow. Y'all already know. So stick with the fruit. Let fruit be your lead. You know what I'm saying? Let it lead you to the promised land. I love pineapple. I love mango, blueberries. Any kind of berries are going to be amazing for you. And then, of course, get yourself some plant-based protein. My favorite sources are chickpeas, lentils, and fava beans. I love me some mushrooms to really make any of those three things that I just mentioned nice and hearty and meaty and satisfying. So if you're doing that, but you're mostly eating the rainbow, yes, you are 100% going to lose weight. If you eat vegan Oreos, if you eat Oreos and potato chips and pasta and vegan ice cream and vegan pizza and vegan burgers, no, you're not going to lose weight. That's just life, right? It's calories in, calories out at the end of the day. It still makes sense whether you're vegan or not. Will you have more fiber even if you're eating that junk food? Probably. You're probably still going to be using the restroom more regularly than you would if you were consuming, like I said yesterday, if you were consuming the pus or you're consuming all the partially hydrogenated or the high fructose corn syrup, you know what I'm saying? Those things, those ingredients I just mentioned, that's really what's going to slow down your process in losing weight. So another key, if you're like, I'm really like set on this, I'm trying to be about my business, I'm gonna say one thing. Intermittent fasting, intermittent fasting, yeah, intermittent fasting, eating between 12 and 6, hey, hey, intermittent fasting, hey, hey, intermittent fasting, yeah, yeah, intermittent fasting, eat between only 12 and 6. Okay, I sang it, but I'm also say it. Intermittent fasting, I practice it every day, even today. Like, right, we're on this live stream and it's 11, my time, 11, but I'm probably not gonna actually eat my first meal until like 1. And then I eat like a big meal, typically like 1,000 to 2,000 calories. Now I will say before that, I've had my celery juice, right? I've had my ginger shot. I've had my little smoothie. Those to me, that's liquid, right? The smoothie, you could start consuming that within those time periods, but the key to intermittent fasting, I'm gonna tell you right here, because I learned it, I've been doing it for about 8 years. The key to it is not snacking at night. Yes, at the beginning you are going to be hungry. You're going to want to consume food, even though you've already eaten and your body is digesting it. It's boredom, it's maybe fear, maybe it's manifesting, something that's manifesting that doesn't need to happen. So typically, if you're eating after dinner should probably be 6 to 7, right? No later than 7. Your body has time. You get into bed around 10, 11. Your body has time to digest for those last few hours, right? You don't want to fill that time at the end of the day with more food. You're not going to wake up feeling good. If you've done it, I've done it. I do it once a month. I have myself a little late night snack moment, you know what I'm saying? But to be honest, I don't feel great the next morning. Like my body's still trying to digest it. So that's the key. The morning time, it depends on whatever makes sense for your schedule. If you're working out in the morning, you got to get in your protein, right? You got to get in your calories so you don't pass out. So you could, let's say, if you wake up at 5 a.m., right? One of my best friends, she wakes up at 5 a.m. and she doesn't eat before the gym. She practices intermittent fasting as well. So she'll do her workout, probably like 5 to 6. She probably doesn't eat until like 7, 8, right? Her first meal is like 8. Well, she stops eating around like 2, 3 in the day. Like her last meal, her big meal, she's done eating at like 3. And then, you know, she'll fill the rest of her day. Let's say if she does get hungry, let's say if she does have those cravings, there are so many ways to handle that need to put something in your mouth, even though your body is telling you, I'm not really hungry. You know what I'm saying? And the best thing about intermittent fasting, it teaches you how to be hungry and what it means for your body to actually be hungry. So there's that little tidbit, y'all, a little bit of help. All right, somebody also asked me about my curly hair routine. Yeah, let's chit chat about that, but I do need to start getting some things set up. So let me get a little few of my tools right here. Hello, 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 hello. All right, let's see. I have my beans. Let me put that in a different container, actually. Hello, hello, hello. All right, so we're talking about my curly hair routine. So I will say, I'm gonna start off, every afro, every curly hair girly, we different, right? Not all hair is the same. One of my good friends, Cio, she has like the closest texture, I would say, similar to me. And we handle our hair very, very differently. So everyone has their own journey on doing that. I'm just rinsing these out real quick. So yeah, everyone has their own independent, unique journey, right? Just like humans, we each have our own independent journey on this earth. No two people are the same. And so what I do, your girl Gabrielle, I wake up, well, number one, I wear a bonnet to bed. That's kind of, you know, common sense at this point, right, ladies? Okay, so what I do is I wake up in the morning and I spray my hair down with a little bit of water, especially in the front area. Sometimes the back I'm too lazy to do, if we're being 100%. And then what I'll do is I will spray it all around. Sometimes I'll add in some product, you know, just a light, really light amount of product. Just get my hands nice and wet, put some product in my hands, and then I just scrunch it all around, especially any of the fluffy pieces, right? And then this is the key. This is the key. You wait a little bit, you kind of give it, you know, give it a little volume, you know what I'm saying? And then you go in and you get your finger, or if you have one of those special brushes that helps you out, that I have one too. But you go in and you get your finger and I just twist the pieces in the front that I want to really shine through. I'll do some pieces in the back if I know, like let's say I'm doing an audition and I know they're gonna have to see the back of my head. I'll do some pieces too, but normally since y'all mostly just see the front of my face, I just, you know, I focus on the important part, right? So that's pretty much it. And then I like to let it dry. Sometimes I'll use a towel if I'm in a hurry. Of course, the best way is just to go outside and let the wind really give it that full volume. And yo, yesterday, I had my husband put my hair at the back. Look, y'all, look how long this is. Look at this. Look, y'all see this? Look how long, isn't that crazy? Like, it's like shoulder length, but then it's like down my back too at the same time. Like, I love having an afro. It is, woo, it is such a blessing. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna just keep it 100% with y'all. It has given me opportunities. Like, there's something about having an afro and keeping it natural that is attractive to people. Like, people are interested in that natural girly vibe. So let's say and trust me, I had the weave, I had the wig, I've done it all, baby. The easiest things for me, Gabrielle Reyes, doesn't have to be your journey, but for me, is to keep it natural. I will say I love a braid. I love a long, down all the way, I love a braid. I will do those anytime, but I do need to find good hair. I need to find hair that's not made out of cancer-causing products, you know what I'm saying? Because I know y'all have seen the news, and I know y'all have seen the good word about how so many products for women of color predominantly actually have ingredients in them that are not so good. Similar to like a lot of food, right? A lot of food that's marketed towards the Black and brown communities, it ain't good food, right? That's why we hear about food deserts. Food deserts are typically places where people cannot have access to a grocery store that has fresh produce. They can have access to, you know, a corner shop or Church's Chicken or Popeyes or McDonald's, and that's what you grow up around. So it's hard in those areas to even know what fresh fruit looks like. And so that's why I'm here, just to help anybody who, you know, maybe you grew up in that situation. I grew up really, really poor, but not in a food desert. My parents, since both of my parents are Caribbean, you know, they knew that everything had to be rooted in spice, in seasoning, and in plants. My dad was like, he was venturing on the journey to becoming plant-based vegan. He's the one that took me on my first ever vegan experience. But he did pass, you know, when I was 17 years old. And so he didn't get to fully do that. But I feel like, what a gift. What a gift that I get to continue living and get to honor his legacy by teaching the world about the good news and just letting people know. You know what I'm saying? Like, people been doing this, been eating good, been healing their bodies and their souls since the beginning of time, y'all. You can look in multiple religious texts. You can look in the Tao Te Ching. So many different books and teachings and wise wisdom. I know within the Jewish religion as well, within the Islamic religion, within the Christian religion, Catholicism, Buddhism, you know what I'm saying? In so many different religions, so many people speak about the healing power of herbs. So I would say that we can all honor different gods, right? We can all put a name to a different god. Maybe you worship multiple gods. Maybe you don't believe in a god, whatever. But at the end of the day, what's coming through for us is the herbs and the spices. You know what I'm saying? Like, and who put those herbs and spices on this earth? Who? Do you think it was humans? I don't think so. I don't think humans created the herbs and spices. I believe, and y'all can let me know how you feel about this, but I believe that our sun created the herbs and spices and helped them grow, because that's what makes sense, right? When we think about Africa, we think about how that's the area in the world where the sun has always burnt the hottest, right? And also on the equator. And so many lush produce, herbs, spices, fruits, seeds, nuts, legumes, they all grow where the sun flows. So I'm just saying, like, if that's not a gift from our God, if that's not a gift from our ancestors, the fact that we can look at a fruit and it can be beautiful, but it can also be nourishing, but it can also be healing, but it can also be delicious and sweet and tasty. That to me, once I started tapping in, tuning in, turning on to fruit, organic seeded fruit, baby. Oh, I was a new woman, child. I was like, oh no, oh yeah, God is real. Like, can't nobody tell me God is real. If you exist, then you have to acknowledge God's presence in this world. And it's so interesting. I meet so many vegans online who are like, you know, I'll speak about God. I'll say God is good, you know, because God is good. And I'll let them know. And then people will be like, don't bring religion into this. Baby, I didn't say nothing about Jesus. Okay, I didn't say nothing about no religion. I was just speaking about God. And it's really cool. I actually was a part of this very intense debate between this celebrity and a producer, and they were speaking on the validity of God. And the producer, he came from a past of extreme atheists. Like, he was the man telling everybody, you know, God isn't real, da 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 da. And then the celebrity, he is an atheist, a strong believer. He came from a Catholic background. And it was so fascinating because the producer, he was going hard for God because he knew what it was like to be an atheist. And, you know, I'm just going to say what I'm going to say. But I think to be an atheist, part of you has to be a little bit depressed. And you've kind of given up on the faith of humanity. But if you are vegan, it's really hard to ignore the glory of this earth, this universe. You don't gotta call it God. You can call it essence. You can call it universe. You can call it existence. I don't care what you call it, but it has to be acknowledged that it is a gift, and it's a gift of gratitude. And that's why we have all of these delicious ingredients to our disposal, because something, an essence, an existence, you can call it a bang, a boom, the sun, it don't matter, but something more conscious, more expansive, bigger than ourselves, put all of these blessings on our earth, and we have evolved. I believe strongly in evolution. I believe as humans, we have evolved, or else maybe we wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be speaking this language. I wouldn't be flipping this hair. My booty wouldn't be so right. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, if my ancestors did not evolve. So I believe as humans, we have evolved. And what's beautiful about through that evolution, one of the consistent things that has helped us get from point to point to point to point. You can look all the way back to when humans came and we started documenting, oh wow, human bones, great. The one thing that has consistently been through is agriculture. And I'm not talking about animal agriculture, I'm talking about plants. Because not everyone had access to hunting and killing these animals, because back in the day, y'all, when this was like, you know, people were actually hunters. Now, I'm not talking about y'all with the gun, okay? You ain't a hunter, you shooting a gun, okay? But when people actually hunted, they had to create their own weaponry, right? They had to spend time, energy. How did they survive, fam? How did they survive if they couldn't do it? Plants, okay? Plants have always been there. There's nobody out here carnivore. And if they were, I hate to say this, but their life expectancy is like 35. So vegan, living till 100 plus, carnivore, living till 35. I'm gonna let y'all decide what y'all think is, you know, the better option for that. So, I got a little bell pepper. I'm gonna slice this up. A little side treat. So yeah, y'all, that is, I believe in God. There ain't nothing wrong about that. Why are your tatas almost out? Baby, because they can be. Duh. What kind of question is that? You know me. Don't act new. Don't act like you brand new here. Y'all know I ain't got much going on in the top. And that's the blessing about not having so much going on in the top, is that when you have a flatter chest, you can wear cute little things like this. I've already worn this in a brand partnership, and baby, they did not complain. They were like, girl, you look cute, okay? Because guess what? I ain't showing nothing crazy. The great part about having like a smaller chest as a woman is that you can wear cute little things, and you ain't afraid. You know what I'm saying? You ain't afraid of letting nothing hang out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I've had to embrace it, because for so long, people used to make fun of me for being flat-chested, and you know, people will be people, right? At the end of the day. But what I found is, you know, you gotta find the blessings in the experience that we're having, that I'm having, the experience I was born into. I have to find the peace, and I have to find the blessing in it, because if not, I'm gonna be a little depressed, and I'm gonna start not believing in God, because if I don't believe in God, then I'm gonna be mad that I made myself this way, or my parents made me this way. No, you were put into this earth because truly there is an existence, there is an essence, there is a consciousness that was birthed into you so that you could exist in your higher consciousness. And to me, that's God, baby. That's God. So if you're struggling, if you're feeling low, if you're feeling slow, maybe your spirit, and maybe you don't believe in God, I'm not saying you gotta go to church. I'm not saying you gotta even read the Bible. I'm not saying you gotta do nothing you don't wanna do. I'm just saying, give gratitude, give abundance, seek abundance in the present moment of breath, in the excitement of sight. Can you see right now? Can you move his hand? Can your body dance? Can you go, gotta get it, again? Yes. You can. If you're here right now watching this, you are in the presence of God because God is within you. Isn't that cool, y'all? All right. I love a woman that offers a handful side. Oh, and out. Okay. My dad ate everything bad and lived to be 100. That's great. I'm going to also live to be 100, but I'm not going to be in any pain. That's the key. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of people live old. They live in pain. I ain't gonna do that. That ain't for me. So, amen. But pick your purpose. You know what I'm saying? Instead of pick your poison, pick your purpose, baby. All right, so we got beans. We got a little salsa up in here. We got some seasoning. We got our chips over here. We also got our cheese. We got our tortillas. Ooh, I gotta have my little cilantro right here. I love cilantro. Y'all know if I'm making quesadillas, it's got to have a little cilantro in there. These are actually quesadillas for kids. So y'all let me know if you think, would a kid like beans, black beans in their quesadilla? I think so. But I loved beans as a kid. Like, can't nobody tell me about no beans. Excuse me. I would eat them straight out of a can cold. I would just open a can of baked beans, or not even baked beans, black beans, and no seasoning, nothing, bro. When I was a kid, I would just eat straight up, just eat a can of black beans. All right, so here we go. Let me move that over to the side. So we got our cilantro. And then also, I'm gonna serve up a little side of some pineapple in here because this is supposed to be like a lunch situation. So I wanted to have a couple options. So I've got my bell peppers for a little crunch, my chips for a little fun, and then my pineapple for a little sweetness in here. So yeah, y'all, this is what we're doing. Y'all are seeing it all happen here. The video come to fruition. And then I'm gonna record for about an hour or two, get all my different angles. And then the hardest part, I will say, at least, let me say not hardest part, part that I'm most challenged by and that I don't find as exciting is the editing part. That part is always a little like, okay, you gotta sit here for, 30 minutes or so, cutting down 2 hours of footage into 30 seconds, right? Because that's typically the length of videos I create. So that part's a little challenging, but then after that, I get to do the fun part, which is the singing. The recording. Oh, this pineapple good. It's a pineapple we cooked up yesterday. And when I say cooked up, I mean cut up. Because you don't cook up pineapple, you cut it up. You can't cook it. I have grilled pineapple before. Okay. So there we go. Let's see, how do I want to arrange this? I might take this separately. Like move some stuff around for the photos. But yeah, y'all, this is the cheese that's going in our cute little quesadillas. These are the ingredients. I'm gonna show y'all. Y'all see that? Ooh. So I have my tortillas. These tortillas are amazing. They're made with avocado oil. Do I have the brand? Let me show y'all this brand. This right here. Oh yeah. I just discovered this brand recently and I'm a huge fan. Y'all see this? It's called Vista Hermosa. Vista Hermosa. Let me read y'all the ingredients. Okay, this right here got me. Wheat flour, which if you don't eat wheat, that's okay. I'm sure they make corn ones too. Organic. Oh, let me start off. Organic wheat flour, organic cassava, avocado oil, salt, and water. And that's it. No xanthan gum, no gung-ga-da-ga, no pyrethylene chlorinite. I don't even know what that is. I made it up, but I guarantee it's probably something. This is literally, let's see how many ingredients that was, y'all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me some of this and I'ma feel alive. Okay. If you know, you know. If you a 90s kid, you know that song too well. You'll know it started playing on WB. I don't even remember who sang that song, bro. But every time, it would get me hype. That song get me hot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody in the club. Go, 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 go. Can you tell I don't know the words to any songs because I don't? But anyways, 5 ingredients. These are the tortillas I'm using, and they smell good. They smell authentic. They smell like tradition. They smell good, y'all, okay? So get that brand, Vista Hermosa, okay? That's how you know it's authentic. If the name, you gotta speak it in Spanish, that's how you know it's gonna be good tortillas. And they cook perfectly. Look at that. This ain't no gluten-free tortilla. This ain't no weak tortilla. This is home. This is family. This is tradition. This is mi corazón. You know what I'm saying? This right here, okay? So what I was gonna do is I was going to cook this up, a little oil on the pan, avocado oil, because that's who we are now, and put this on the pan, and then I was gonna get out my cheese and break that up a little bit, put a little, I think I was actually gonna just do half, so I was gonna put a little cheese on here, and then I was gonna put smash my beans, and I was gonna put my beans in there, and then I was gonna sprinkle over some seasoning, because y'all know I can't do nothing without no seasoning. And so I was gonna put that in there, let it cook, and then flip it over, oh, it's gonna be so crispy and brown. I'm gonna take it out, cut them up, and it's perfect for the children. And then I'm gonna serve it with a side of my little salsa. Y'all saw I added to my salsa with a little tomato, of course some cilantro on top. And then these are actually cassava chips. These are siete chips. And they're also made with avocado oil. And then on the side, I'm gonna have my little pineapple and my little bell peppers. This is so cute. I'm using ingredients I have in the house too, which is really cool. So, you know, it just makes it a blessing, you know, every day in all kinds of ways. So let me see if y'all have any questions. Somebody said, God bless you. God bless you too. This is abundance. Okay. So somebody asked me, what is my favorite food to cook? Tacos. It just comes so easily to me because all you need to make tacos are beans, some kind of vegetable, and technically just a tortilla. That's all you need, right? Tortilla, beans, saute these up, please. If you're gonna just put in some bell peppers. But yeah, that's pretty much what it comes down to. At the end of the day, it's tacos. I make tacos at least once or twice a week in some capacity. Sometimes I'll do tostadas. You know, you can bake these up and get them nice and crispy. You can even fry them up and get them nice and puffy and fluffy and delicious. So anything that involves like a tortilla, beans, and vegetables, typically with my vegetables, what I'll do is I'll either saute them in the pan real quick with a little poultry seasoning, a little steak seasoning, a little smoked paprika, a little chili powder, or the easier thing to do is chop them up, add in some potatoes, some bell pepper, some onion in there, maybe even some zucchini or some squash if you're feeling, you know, extra. And then season that all up on a baking sheet and put it, same seasoning, right? Poultry seasoning, a little splash of steak seasoning, smoked paprika, and then since we're doing a little Latin vibe, I would add in some chili pepper, a little bit of cumin pepper, a little cayenne, you know what I'm saying? So you mix that all up, you got all your vegetables on the pan, got it all seasoned up, spray a little bit of oil on there, avocado or olive oil, and then just mix that up, add it into your, your oven, and bake it for maybe like 20 minutes or so. It's mainly when the potatoes are cooked, or whatever the hardest item should be fully cooked. And there you go, y'all. That's gonna be like the main thing that fills up the taco. I always think that a taco needs like a salsa or at least an avocado or something that's creamy, right? Because we know every good meal needs a carb. You need a carb. You need a meaty. You need a fresh. And you need a creamy. Y'all see how I do that? You need a carb, you need a meaty, you need a fresh, you need a creamy, you need a carb, you need a meaty, you need a fresh, you need a creamy. This could also be technically the creamy because the cheese is gonna be in there. But if we're just looking at these simple ingredients, right? We're doing nothing processed. We're doing all whole, full, plant-based. You need a carb. Get you some beans. You don't have to do black beans. If black beans mess with your stomach, get you some chickpeas, get you some fava bean, get you some Abbott's, get you some Daring. Those are 2 brands that are amazing with the plant protein. But always add on some authentic salsa. You know what I'm saying? We don't do bland. Add in some seasoning. Y'all saw these seasonings that I got? I got some paprika, ancho chili pepper. I got sazon, and then I got adobo. All that, yes. Yes, sir, that's what we doing. All right, y'all, I gotta get into this. I'm gonna get recording. Thanks for hanging out with me. These are so fun. I decided I'm gonna start doing these live streams whenever I prep for my classes or for my recipe videos, because I mean, I already put on my makeup, I already get cute, I already do everything, so might as well let the people know instead of just sitting here putting my headphones on and just like watching stuff, you know what I'm saying? So you can watch me and we can chit chat, we can grow, we can thrive, we can vibe together. And this was such an amazing experience. Y'all, thank you so much for following me on YouTube. I feel so blessed because at a point I had no idea I was even gonna grow my YouTube, and now I think I have like 163,000 subscribers. That's a lot of people, and I just feel, I feel so blessed. Y'all be coming at me with the joy, coming at me with the fruit, the love, the joy, the peace, the patience, the kindness, the goodness, the faithfulness, the gentleness, the self-control, and I just want to give it to God. Thank you, God, for a beautiful day. Thank you for this abundance. Thank you for this breath that I breathe right now. Thank you for this sight that I experience in every moment. Thank you for the sounds that I hear. Thank you for this voice, for this brain, this knowledge. There's so many things to be grateful for. There's so many things to give abundance and give gratitude for just in this presence. We don't have to have a lot of money. We don't have to have a lot of, love. We don't gotta have all the things. All we need is this present moment. And in this present moment, we get to connect. We get to reach out. We get to recharge. We get to experience the abundance that is the gift of life. And in all that we pray and all that we say and all that we do and all that we we give it to you, oh beautiful universe, oh beautiful God, in all that we are. We say, amen. Yes. Louder for the people who know that. Hey, okay, that was a good prayer. I want to start incorporating prayer a little bit more. Pray to whoever you got to pray to, right? It could be to the universe. You can pray to your inner being. You can pray to yourself, pray to God, pray to Jesus. Gabrielle don't care. I ain't going to judge you for whatever you do, but give a little prayer out. Say a little meditation. Give a gratitude. And you just be like, thank you. I exist. I exist. Amen. Yes. Yes. Oh, somebody said eat meat and pray. No, you can't do that, because I'm going to be honest with you. You can't consume meat and also consume the word of God at the same time. We can get into that. Watch my other videos if you want to find out more about that, because our God is an awesome God, and our God put life on this earth to be honored, to be blessed, to be respected, to be revered. And so as a vegan, as somebody who consumes only plants, you get to honor God in every single way by consuming life, consuming the food of life. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for pointing out the hypocrisy. Thank you for letting me shout you out and point out your hypocrisy. And that's all good, man. We grow, we flow, we live, we give, we drop, we top, we goom. God again. God. Y'all like how this literally got stuck on my lip gloss? Y'all saw that? I know y'all saw that, right? Also, y'all, fun fact, I've been practicing making my knees work better. You know what I'm saying? Ooh. Okay, hold up. She gonna get it. Bop. Ooh. Okay, that's how you know. You gotta do at least 3 of those if you in your 30s. Whatever level at 30 you at. See, I'm 33, so I gotta do 3. If you just 30, you gotta do 1. If you 32, you gotta do 2. If you're 33, you gotta do 3. 34, you better get down on them knees. Ga. Okay? Work out your knees. Work out your hips, too. I know I'm sharing a lot with y'all, but that's how I do what I do. How long have you been vegan? I've been vegan since 2011. Best decision I've ever made in my life. It's almost been half my life, and I feel younger. Y'all saw what I just did on my knees, right? Y'all saw how I be vibing? Y'all see the skin? Y'all see the yaddy. Y'all see the spirit? Y'all see the marriage? Y'all see the abundance? You know what I'm saying? All that is because I choose light. I choose life, and I did that back in 2011. So thank you for asking. I will see y'all next time. We're going to get out of here, but this was an amazing time. Do not forget, at the end of the day, to always sing your song, do your dance, speak your truth, sing your song, do your dance, speak your truth. One more time. Hey, sing your song, do your dance, speak your truth, sing your song, do your dance, and always speak your truth, because your truth is a gift. Because you are alive, baby. You are alive. What a gift. All right. I'm going to see y'all next time. Bye.